I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
Well, hiya. Brian's a soil sport over here. I'm Dan, and I despise Christmas movies from Hallmark and everywhere else for that matter. This is the Hallmark podcast.
You can't do it now.
I know, you soil sport.
Podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah, it's a
mainly for you, Brian.
soil sport.
What do you?
You know what that
like
is.
must have like some audio filter or something.
You think
on
so?
it. Yeah, that was
Because
definitely
you
a
were
tech.
doing
Yeah,
that.
you would do it.
Man,
Yeah.
of course I'm all on board with that stuff.
It's Monday, everybody.
Oh, finally.
Maybe
Monday,
you're,
Monday.
Cyber Monday, as the people say. Is that still a
Still?
thing?
Cyber Monday.
Probably.
Yeah.
A great day to do some shopping. We got stuff. deckthehallmark.com/shop, including this Brett Debbie shirt.
Yeah, it's been selling like
Like
get
you,
it.
like you would expect
little
it to.
Debbie cakes.
Guys, I got to be honest. Can I be? Is this a safe space?
Say it is a safe space. You're in
Yeah,
a safe
100%,
space.
man.
Just
us here.
I had 3 boxes of Little Debbie cakes over Thanksgiving break.
Oh, over the breast.
Probably the little ones, right?
The Wednesday to Sunday, so it's a box every 2 days. I feel good about that.
So that's good. Okay, because
That's not bad.
I felt like it was too many.
No,
How do you feel?
That's a
I
half.
mean, I feel like
Like
I
you had 3 boxes?
Yeah, but nothing
half a
in
box a
comparison
day
to
habit.
how nothing in comparison to how Brett Debbie
Yeah, but you do the math.
grew
But
up.
also, like, compare that to cigarettes, right?
True. Three of those.
You'd rather have. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think you'd rather have half a box of Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes
I'll
a day
ask
We should
my
probably find out.
than half a box of cigarettes.
Should we
I
test it?
will
We'll
ask.
save it for the vlog. Should we save it for the vlog?
Let's say for the
Bride's gonna smoke the
The
cigs.
Christmas vlog.
Well,
Thanksgiving vlog.
I think the most logical thing is for me to go to my doctor, who did encourage
Yes.
me to lay off the sweets.
Oh no.
And let's just see what he says.
Okay.
Because it's like, yeah, I could. It was I
Yeah, you
I
need to
had to do something.
yeah.
ask
I
him.
had to either eat the cakes or I had to smoke cigarettes.
Right.
You had to say what's better for me: half a box of the Christmas trees or half a box of cigs every day. Half a box or half a pack? Half a pack. Half
What's
a
that?
box.
10? Are there 20
What do you mean half a
cigarettes
pack?
in a
A
pack?
pack of cigarettes. A box of cigarettes is
Oh
like
yeah, no, half a pack.
yeah. You can't do 10 packs a
I
day.
thought you were saying okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Half a pack. So that's probably 8. I don't know. I've never bought a pack of cigarettes in my
If
life.
there's any doctors out there
let us
that
know.
maybe know somebody, like, okay,
Yeah.
so you're, like, hypothetically.
For you, they'd probably say
Your-
smoke the cigarettes.
You think so?
I think
So
they would.
Your client,
that.
If your doctor, yes, if your doctor said lay off the sweets, they'd probably say short term smoke the cigs.
You should probably pick, maybe pick up the habit.
Okay, let's just
While you're weaning off the cakes.
let me put a hypothetical situation out there for all the doctors that are listening. Doctors, thank you for your service.
Those are vets.
Vets.
Dang it. Veterinarians?
Yeah.
Yeah, them
Okay,
as
so
well.
for all the vet doctors out there, listen up. You have a client who comes in, a patient, and your patient is pre-diabetic, and you say, "Hey, so and so, lay off the sweets," and they do really well for a lot of the
A
year.
lot of the year.
and then
They
Christmas
did a
comes.
thing during the
They
year.
did a thing, and then Christmas.
Let's say their sugar levels were 103.
yeah, and then but then they
Pick an odd number.
They're Christmas comes around and the Little Debbie cakes come out, and they go, okay, here's one here, here's
Their
one
company
there.
makes a shirt.
They make a shirt.
A shirt. Hey, everybody.
Okay. And then Thanksgiving week comes around and they're just all over the place, and you find yourself
The Chiefs movie's on.
getting away from you a little bit.
Yeah.
Bad? Or okay?
Or better.
Or better. Should I smoke cigarettes?
And
Should you have,
I think what I'm asking is, should I smoke cigarettes while I eat my cakes?
man,
Or should I do those activities separate?
Separate,
would
yeah.
watch.
And kids in the car or
Hey,
not?
everybody, how you doing?
Oh, my gosh.
DeckTheHallmark.com/shop's what we're trying to say. We also have a card game, everybody.
Yeah,
Christmas
we
Movie
do.
Magic is out right
The
now.
good stuff.
Still, so many movies left to go this holiday
Oh,
season.
the game's really getting me through at this point.
It is for sure.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. You play it. It's a card game, and while you're watching the movies, you play cards as things are happening.
those points.
You get points, and winner takes all. Losers do indeed walk.
They walk.
You can get
To the
this
store to get
DeckTheHallmark.com/game. You can get it right now. It is so much fun. We're just happy. We're just happy to be a part of it at this point. Guys, you know what I'm excited about?
No, I don't. I thought about it for a while. I have no idea what you're excited about.
Christmas Con's coming up in a few weeks.
Christmas Con is
Holy
coming
cow,
up in a
that
few
still
weeks.
hasn't happened, has
We
it?
are going to
Still
be
hasn't
at Christmas Con the whole time. We're going to see Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone.
That's
smoke in
right.
there?
Person. Say what?
Can you smoke in
I'm
there?
sure Macaulay can.
I mean, he
I don't
can't-
think we
we're
can.
going to find out one way or the other.
But can we eat Little Debbie cakes?
I mean, tell me we're not going to sit outside of the New Jersey Convention Center and rip a few cigs.
One
you know
foot
what
up
I
on the
mean?
building.
You get it.
that'd be such a great. Look out for that video, guys, in a couple weeks where it's just it comes around the corner. We're just all shoveling cakes into our mouths.
We've done so much on this show that my parents would be like, I don't really love that. I think if I smoked cigarettes for a vlog, I would hear from my parents.
You think so?
My parents
That's
don't
what it
ever.
takes now, huh?
My parents don't ever give me a hard time about anything I say because I'm an adult. If we did a vlog where
Yeah.
we smoked cigarettes in Edison, New Jersey,
Hey, kids.
just for a bit. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not here for it. I'm just saying at some point we're going to get some pushback, and I
candy cigarettes.
kind of am here for it. The more I say it,
We're not even going to get to.
I mean, we can smoke American spirits. Those are pretty much good for you, right?
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
That's the way I understand
Yeah.
it.
That's how they're
What if we
promoted
combine
anyway.
the best of both worlds and we do the sweet ones?
I don't want a sweet cigarette.
You don't want a sweet
sugar one?
cigarette?
No, you do. You want a Swisher Sweet,
I
don't
love
you?
a Swisher Sweet.
Hypothetically,
In this
if I were
hypothetical
to smoke,
scenario, this guy,
yeah.
my friend,
If I did it,
If I did it, that's
if
right.
I did it,
you
you
guys
probably
are,
want like some weird flavors too, like
Yeah.
a blueberry Swisher Sweet.
they surely don't like that. Speaking of sweet stuff, we got so many movies that we're going to be reviewing this week. You should check out Philo, philo.tv/DTH. So many movies. This is the time of the year where Philo always comes in clutch for us because of what we do. But amazing this time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine life without Philo at this
Yeah,
point.
it feels free at this point in the year. You know what I mean? Like,
It's not, and we do need to say that.
it
Right.
It
feels
isn't.
free.
Yeah.
it has
You're gonna-
paid for itself.
You're going to save money with the DVR.
Yeah.
You
It's
just are.
the DVRs.
I mean, you've watched Holiday Touchdown, what, 3 times already?
4.
Yeah, thought so. Thought so. You
One,
getting back to Real
4 and
West?
4
One getting back
days.
to Real West.
One
Yeah.
for each box of Little Debbie cakes.
Debs.
No,
Aaron?
I haven't gotten back to Little New West, but Real West.
Real, you
But
don't even know the title.
but it is still
I'll
in the-
watch this again in the next month. I will.
It is still in the DVR though. Don't worry. Hi, Aaron.
What if I told you there were eggnog cigars?
Oh,
Wait a second.
Naga clock.
Clock it. Really?
How much are those?
How much are those?
I will do.
Did they
a-
say it's a boy?
See,
Are
that's
they the
just
It's a
for the.
Boys?
That's just for the double decker group.
And then do we need
Aaron,
to,
if you're in,
this could
we will
take
do a
us
Naga
prime
clock.
time.
Okay.
and then
order.
do we need to get a massive
Order.
What is it? The case? The is it a
Dehumidifier.
dehumidifier?
No, it's a
humidifier?
humidor. You
Humidor.
You mother.
We could use a dehumidifier though, probably.
Dehumidifier. What the?
I honestly I don't know what it does one way or the other in regards to this.
Is it a
the cigars.
humidifier?
just
or
looks
dehumid-
cool.
What is it?
Humidor.
Humidor.
It's
Yes.
humidor basically just
It's like
a
you hold
humidifier?
out your red rag and you,
Right. You say cigarette, cigar.
It's a door that's just real humid.
Stupid. Always sticks.
Yeah.
It's always stuck.
Let's
Do
talk.
we want a 5, 10, or 20 pack?
I mean, a 5-pack probably is sufficient, unless you really want to go on a bender.
What's the pricing? I mean, is there a deal for?
I'm sure you get a discount.
This website is sold out, but I'll keep doing some
What?
work.
Okay, well, why did you even?
Why'd they have
Man,
the option?
That stings.
Is it sold out of just? Do they have a
I
20
had
pack
to do
available?
the whole like enter my birth date, promise that I'm legal, that
course.
whole rigmarole.
This is what's wrong with this country.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Christmas Quest originally premiered on Hallmark Channel on December 1st, 2024, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with Aaron Cahill sleuthing around, and I'm very confused because Aaron Cahill is not Lacey Chabert. She's climbing rocks with one hand and gets up on another rock with other rocks around it, and one of the rocks kind of like slides out and a message reveals itself. And then a notebook appears, and she's pumped. And that's the Christmas Quest. We're back in Boston, Massachusetts, and Erin Cahill is back home with her daughter. Her daughter gives her a compass, and as a Christmas gift, they cuddle up on the couch, and Erin opens up the special book that she found, sharing a special story of the Yule Lads. Suddenly, it's no longer Erin Cahill's reading the story. Rather, it's Lacey Chabert, who's giving a lecture at Hearst College about the book that her mom found. Lacey's name is Dr. Baxter. Dr. Stephanie Baxter. Her boss tells her that she should go find the Yule Lad treasure. She's skeptical, saying that treasure hunters have been trying to find this treasure for years. and her mom gave up. It's impossible, but he insists, presenting her with a map that might be helpful and suggests that she try to find it during Christmas break. Off she goes, and she finds a box with a Yule horn in it. Pretty easily, actually. It's barely an inconvenience for her to find it. The horn is the key to finding the rest of the treasure, but she can't read the language that is on the horn. On the horn?
Get him on the horn?
Get him on the horn. However, she knows someone who can. It is her ex-husband, Chase. He's happy to see her until he finds out that it's just because she needs him to translate something. Been there. But when he realizes it's the Yule horn, he can't help himself. Then, when he finds out that they're going to Iceland to try to find the rest of the treasure, he also can't resist. Chase is on the case. Off to Iceland. First stop is a church where they find a message written on the bottom of one of the tiles. The second clue is a very cryptic message about light. They notice that they are being watched by some people as they are continuing their journey. They travel a couple of hours to an amazing cave and find another clue. That night, they go to a bar, and she talks to a friend about what happened between them. She loves Chase, but he was never happy with her and how devoted she was to her work and her expeditions, and so she just let him go. As at the next hunt, they get stuck in a cave. One of the people that's been following them agrees to help them out as long as they throw up the book. They do that. They're saved. We then get a montage of them finding another handful of clues. This montage makes way for a baking sequence, so we're all better for it. The clues ultimately bring them to an art exhibit. The only problem is that it is closed due to a fancy Christmas party. They get dressed up and almost kiss, but they're interrupted. They head to the party and manage to sneak in. They can't find the treasure anywhere, and so they assume that it must be in storage. They sneak a key card from Hendrik on the nines.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Hendrik.
I think you said my name wrong. It's Henrik on the nines.
Sorry,
everybody.
Henrik. Henrik, what's your 9 favorite things about Christmas time?
About Christmas time? Nothing about Iceland in particular.
Fine.
I got
Iceland.
9 favorite things about Iceland. I love the ice. I love it crushed. I love it cubed. I love the big old blocks to make you a cocktail. Other things I love about Iceland. Reykjavik is a fun word to say. There's some things to leave you alone when you go on a very fun trip. Iceland's here and it's cool. Look at all the scenery. It's not all ice. It's not all ice. Thank you.
So they get caught in the storage closet, so they just kiss to make the person go away. It works. They find the final clue, and that's when the guy funding the quest shows up and drops the bomb that he's going to call the buyer to meet them at the final destination. She says, I thought they were going to take this to a museum to help preserve history. He says, as if we're going to preserve history. So she says, I'm out of here. But Chase says, I'm still on the case, and they need somebody, if you need someone to read something or whatever, I'm your guy. Turns out he just wanted to stay close so that he could steal the clue back, which he does. He meets back up with Stephanie. As they're on their way to the final destination, Stephanie realizes that she may have been wrong about it all along. They need to head to the first location, because the first location is where you'll find the final thing. They get there, they find another tunnel underground. They figure out how to open the door, and on the other side, it is a Christmas wonderland full of Christmas trinkets. They're both like, what the heck? This isn't treasure. This is just junk. But then she finds her mom's compass, and she realizes that her mom has already found all the clues before and has been in this room before. She realizes that her mom suddenly stopped treasure hunting one day. She must have learned that the real treasure is the people in your life, not actual treasure. She finds a note that her mom wrote her, and it means a lot to her. And they head out, and they hear the Yule lads laughing as the door shuts again. They kiss each other real big. The
They
best.
don't kiss other people. They do kiss each other.
They
You can
kiss.
confirm.
They kiss
The wall.
each other.
Oh, there it is. Great.
Real big. The best treasure that you can find. They go and they get some eggnog cigars. Cigars?
Yes?
It's not looking good at this point in the season.
And they kiss some more, and that, my friends, was
The
the
Christmas quest. We did it.
We did it. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck
Deck
the
the
Hallmark.
Hallmark. Always Fisher Sweets, you know?
We shouldn't be smoking anyway.
It's a cigar. It doesn't count.
Oh, hey, everybody. What's going on?
How much money, Bride, to smoke a Swisher Sweet? Stem to stern. Got to knock the whole
I don't
thing
even know
out.
what that is.
It's a gas station cigarillo.
Well, let's be.
It's a gas station cigarillo that costs $1, and it's dirt
Ugh.
cheap and tastes the same.
Ugh. You got to inhale smoke into your lungs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There is an amount. I don't know.
There is an amount.
Of course there's
there
an
is.
amount.
Yeah.
Have you ever smoked a cigarette or
I'm
a
sure
cigar?
yes.
Dude, I was in a rock band.
Yeah.
Brand. Of course,
Your
I've
hands
been
are
around people who smoke
rock
cigarettes.
band.
I'm not about being around people.
I know.
You, personally.
Yeah, everybody's gonna try a little taste.
Everybody's tried a little taste.
Puff.
Everybody's tried a
Something
little
about
taste.
that was disgusting. I don't know what it was, but something.
I don't like
Oh,
the
those are
bows
the-
on those. It's time for the hot take. It is where we share exactly how we felt about the Christmas quest. We do not hold back, and I will start with you, Brian. Brian, what'd you think about the Christmas quest?
It's a Christmas quest.
I thought it was pretty good for me. I really like that animation that they did a tiny bit.
Of the Yule lads?
Yeah, the lads. That was very cool. Like that, they slid right into that, and it was really well done. I wanted more of it actually. And the movie, it really kicked into high gear for me when the rich baddie, kind of announced his intentions, and Chris switched Chase. He was on the case. He switched sides. I'm like, whoa.
So
I
the
didn't-
last 20 minutes.
Yeah, like it really just kicked. And I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what we need more of. And it didn't last. Like they couldn't hold the action too long. But I did enjoy, some of the authentic Icelandicness of it. Being in Iceland, the pubs or restaurants, very cool.
on.
So yeah, I'm glad I watched it. It was definitely a different type of movie. Not overly Christmassy. But they still got the romance that the people are looking for, and a little bit of a quest and action.
Little quest. More Christmas than quest is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think I was looking for more of an action-packed quest
Yes.
than Christmas
Yeah.
romance. But
I by and large disagree with Brian. I thought this movie slapped pretty hard, and I thought that it was an appropriate amount of quest. And I thought, all things considered, given this is a TV movie for 84 minutes, whatever
Yeah.
it is, but they handled it pretty well, because you either have to show all of the clues in great detail and then do no Christmas things, which people like myself have come to expect out of these movies, or do what they did, which is show you a few, hook you in, which they did. I thought early on this movie with the quest stuff was crushing it. I was locked in. And then they do a fun little montage, and this is the first montage that I've seen from Hallmark in I don't know how long, where I'm like, this was an actual montage used to move the story along. It wasn't just to be like, we did things. It was actual stuff that, like, hey, here's what's going on here. And I thought that it helped move the story along. Now, would I have liked them to have utilized the time spent after the montage to do something a little bit more entertaining than just doing an Icelandic treat, baking it? Maybe, but I did like those characters as well. So, and then the one thing that I'm still not 100% how I feel about it is the reveal of the treasure, or lack of a treasure.
Yeah.
Because I don't hate it. I don't hate the message of it, but I keep thinking about, what if there was an actual
it was a
treasure?
bit of a downer.
So
I think.
I'm still not entirely sure. I think I need to sit with it a little bit longer. This movie did just air last night, so this is
course,
fresh.
yeah.
But overall, I really, really like this movie. And, we've never seen Palaha and Chabert work together before. It was something that we thought would be pretty magical. And I think that it delivered on the magic. Those two are as good as it gets when it comes to this genre and this format. And I thought that it was so funny. The comedy, the little comedy bits they do together work really well. Overall, really, really big fan of this movie. Dano?
Yeah, I think we're all going to say the same thing and just have slightly different takes saying the same thing. But this is a hard movie to do in 83 minutes. I think what dawned on me while watching this movie was this is why you don't see more of these. You know, if you don't watch much Hallmark, like when I started this job, I'm like, why don't they try this or this? There's a reason. There's 83 minutes and Hallmark has some non-negotiables. And I thought the movie got going long before the last 20 minutes, but I thought it got going for the first 30 or 40 and then decided to stop for 20 to bake cookies. And I hated that. I think that's the big problem here is this movie starts to build some momentum with clues and keys and interpretations and traveling the globe. And then all of a sudden, because it's a Hallmark Christmas movie, they have to stop with these old folks and they have to bake and they have to just sit around and do Christmas stuff.
Isn't that life though? You know, you got stuff to do and you gotta make some cookies.
But I'm not watching life, Brian. I'm watching a movie and I'd like to be entertained. And so
I think the biggest problem with that is that this character of Dr. Stephanie would never do that.
Never.
She's so devoted. And
Yeah.
I think that was part of what was tricky about it was I think most people, they do a thing. It's still Christmas. Let's do some stuff. This is a character that they have established as being somebody who will ignore literally everything else, including her marriage, for the sake of going on these adventures and trying to find these things. And so to have this thing where it's like, what can you do?
Yeah, it's tough.
Let's do this.
It's really
let's
tough.
do this little thing.
Really good point.
It was unrealistic to what we had learned about her character. Now, I'm not upset that it happened because I enjoyed it.
I hated that.
Okay.
Yeah, I hated that. Now, here's what I'll say.
Well, okay then.
I hated that 20 minutes. The other thing is it's really tough to get you to care about the thing. I had no interest.
What do you mean by the thing?
The thing that they're searching for?
The Yule Lads?
Yes. Yeah, Yule Lads. I had forgotten the name, literally the name of it.
I wanted you to say Yule Lads.
I thought the Yule Lads thing was overcomplicated. I thought having to find 13 clues and they need to find the thing that gives them the thing to the clues. I thought all that was really bad. Now, having said that, some things I really liked. A lot of Indiana Jones touches in this movie. A ton, in fact. I love that Lacey was the doctor of this history, archaeology or whatever, and Chris was not. I thought, and Chris has this fun laugh. He has this knack for adventure.
He laughed so much in this.
And it's clearly
It's
his
so
thing
funny.
in this movie. They also do the thing where the person that brings them the clue that allows them to find this is the bad guy. That's a classic indie bit. They have that chessboard thing. Very like a lot of Indiana Jones. They even like mention Indiana Jones. The score for a lot of this movie feels like a public domain version of Indiana Jones. Obviously not going to be John Williams. I love that. Chris and Lacey, they're great. They're great. You can't understate that. Like, there are a lot of leading dudes that are on the Hallmark Channel, and they all are wonderful, and they do their job admirably, and they have their thing. The best actor of the leading dudes is Chris Palaha. And people can say...
That's right.
People can say that you think we have some inside track or like we're just dear friends, and that's why I'm saying it. This guy delivers a different character every time. He is the most well-rounded, widest spectrum actor that we have on the male side in Hallmark movies. And
He also is our supplier of all that delicious Hollywood blood that everybody's drinking to
that's
look
true.
younger.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so
It's a big Hollywood
he is
blood
a bit
guy.
of a hookup for
yeah,
us.
it's a hookup. No,
but
pun
he's
intended.
also really good. So it's tough.
This movie also contains, and I can't believe it's gotten to me. This movie contains probably the best kiss of the Hollywood season. You said of the Hallmark season.
It's the Hollywood season
The Hollywood
here.
season. This is the best kiss
it's
of the
a great
Hallmark
kiss.
season. I'll talk more about it in my feels. But if anybody thinks it's not, I don't know what to tell you. Like it was like. Come on. I mean, I think there are some things in this movie that really do work. I think it just, you can't make this movie in 83 minutes. Even with Lacey and Chris, I didn't care about the Yule Lads. You took 20 minutes to do Christmas decorations and baking cookies. And those two things really set it back. But the stuff that does work works exceedingly well.
It's time for all the feels where we talk about what this movie gave us feels of any sorts. Right.
Yeah, the time we got to spend in those cozy little Icelandic pubs or restaurants, whatever they were. Really had a good time there. I love those scenes. They looked so fun to be in. Such a great environment. So anytime we were in there was great for me.
The locations in this movie are unbelievable. I don't know who scouted this. I don't know who went out and found all these amazing caves and all these amazing spots. Not only do they look amazing, and so shout out to whoever scouted this movie, but also they did it. They freaking went out in Iceland to all of these locations. They had to get all of this gear out there. They could have, all the Hallmark would have green screened it. And this movie doesn't green screen a thing.
No, it looks great.
It looks amazing.
Looks
all of
cold.
these locations are phenomenal. And like I've seen like a couple of short little clips of them going out to some of these things, and it's like kind of sketchy. Like, you know, you're on ice and you're trying to get out there and do this stuff. And so kudos to the entire team for going out there and going to all of these incredible locations, because it really took the movie from here to there. It just really elevated.
It does matter.
You know?
That stuff does matter. Listen, the kiss when they're about to find this door and they're about to get caught is unbelievable. If you've not seen Notorious, Alfred Hitchcock, Cary Grant, Ingrid Bergman, great movie.
That was also the most Chris Palaha thing of all time.
Yeah, when
for
Chris-
him to look at you and be like,
Yes.
hey, have you
so
seen?
they're trying to hide, and Chris goes, Notorious, Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious. Have you seen it? Sounds like something Chris would do.
I'm pretty sure he has said
when
that
Chris
to you before.
and myself talk movies, and it's great. But then he grabs her, dips her, kisses her. The guard's like, oh my gosh, I'm just here on two people making out. Brings her back up, and then makeup smudged, and she goes, I've got to see that movie. Perfect. It's great. Excellent television. Really well done. They nailed that.
It's time for another break.
It's time for a break.
We'll be right back here.
Are we Swedish chefs now? Screw it.
Take the Hallmark.
It's the Christmas break.
Time for a break.
Christmas break.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boys. It's Brand. It's Brian. It's Dan.
You got it. Thank
we're
you.
Live. We're live right here.
We're live.
We're in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah, we are.
Sure are.
It's not Iceland.
No,
It isn't. Not
Pretty-
anywhere close.
The
I think
Iceland
it's
of the
pretty close.
Southeast.
That's what they've
maybe?
been saying.
They have been.
So many
Man.
beautiful little nooks and
Bold,
crannies.
love it.
Right.
Bold,
So
I
many
love it.
beautiful
Prove
nooks
us
and
wrong.
crannies.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah.
I love that.
We have some doors that are trap door in downtown Greenville. You go down, there's a door down there. It's
There's
like
a door. It's
Very
another door.
similar to Iceland.
right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
think about it, everybody. Let's get to the way what. It's where we talk about what in this movie. Just go way what,
Earthquake?
Brian?
Yeah, Erin Cahill early on finds like an ancient artifact, and then when we see her at home with her daughter, it's just sitting on the coffee table.
Yeah.
And if I found an ancient artifact and left it on the coffee table, it would be in my kid's backpack and left at
no.
school. Like,
Of course. Yeah.
you can't leave your artifacts laying around.
I mean, with my kids, they know, they can see
Oh,
the stuff on the coffee tables.
yeah,
they
that's
know, they're like, that's an
important.
artifact. Don't touch it.
Don't
I know
touch.
that. That's
Very
probably true of Grizz and Gav as well.
Priceless.
They love them.
Yeah.
They love showing them off,
Yeah.
and they have the proper respect. That's
right.
Two
They always
hands
wear gloves.
all time.
Our 6 boys, none of them have ever broken a thing from a coffee table, and I
no.
can say that with full confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's just, you can't do that. When Chris threw his luggage at those two guys running after him,
Oh.
I laughed out loud.
I laughed so hard.
So fun. I don't think
So
I've ever
great.
seen that move.
It bought him. It's like Job in Arrested Development. It buys us 2 seconds. It bought him no time.
And it wasn't like a
Brand
shoulder
laughed the
bag.
loudest.
Yeah, it was a full, huge luggage,
Yes.
just packed suitcase with wheels. I'm gonna just launch this thing.
So funny, a hilarious. Bit.
But you can't. I mean, so maybe that should have been a feels. It's sort of a way what, just because how you throw in that giant luggage. Only Chris.
Only
a
Chris.
man, a
Only
master.
Chris.
And they got into that formal invite-only party using very Nordic names with very American accents.
Yeah, they did. What's wild about that is I really liked the move to get into the party. How have I never seen that at a heist
You've never
before?
seen that? I
Where
knew that.
they
I've
go
seen
up.
that.
You do
the
that?
fake name, or you
s-
look at the list.
You
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at the list and get it. I've never
Yeah.
seen that
So,
before.
yeah, I've seen that. I don't know where, but I knew that. I was familiar with that
Briefly,
tactic.
you said you do that, and I do want that on record.
Wait a
and I just want to know,
second.
like, do you sneak into parties using names?
Busted.
That's
Yeah,
how he gets into the
classic.
trap door.
80%
how he
of
gets
the
his-
time, it works.
That's why you smoke cigarettes, is to
That's-
get
yeah.
into those
Sometimes
fancy
you have.
parties.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah, you were very vague on when you have smoked cigarettes, so this all
It
makes
is
sense.
a trapdoor situation. And then at the event, they split up to look for the door. But right before they did that, Chris's character Chase, he said, "What does it look like?" or something along those lines. He didn't know what it looked like, and then they split up to look. So
Splitting up was
he didn't
weird.
even know what he looks. He didn't even know what he's looking for.
You didn't know what he was looking for.
Yeah.
I have a couple. One, she's like, I know who to get to translate this language. Let me go make the pitch. She goes and she says, "Hey," and he's like, "Hey, how are you?" And then the guy comes out from behind and he's like, "Did he say yes?" You gotta give her a little time, but you can't just give her 5 seconds. You got to give her some time to make the pitch. He's rash. I know he's excited, but he was rash. They talk about how they got to get moving on this because the minute word gets out, everybody's going to be going at it. Where's the word getting out? Where is this word getting out?
Did he start a rumor?
Did he start a rumor that somebody found it and is going to be? Did he accidentally like post about it on social? I goofed. And it's on my stories.
In 12 to 16 months, a paper is going to be released.
When word gets out, it's gonna we gotta get
peer
moving
reviewed,
on this.
of course.
There was some interesting wardrobe choices in this movie. None higher than something I've never seen before, which was like Lacey was rocking a tank top turtleneck.
It was a wild move.
It's the only way that I can describe it. And
it was like an off-the-shoulder turtleneck.
I was so confused
on one
by
shoulder,
it.
off one shoulder turtleneck.
I was so confused by it. And so if somebody could like let me know what is it, I've never seen something like it before in my life. This is a storage closet where they don't cover anything except the doors.
That's right.
Everything else,
wide
leave it
open.
out.
Put a
Dust,
sheet on that door.
Who cares? But if it's an old door,
Put a sheet on that door.
Dusty.
put a sheet on that door. Dust doesn't stick to anything else. Only doors. And that I think is one thing you learn if you've been
tried to have a career in stand-up comedy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
and
did.
your tagline was "Put a sheet on that door."
Put a sheet on that
It
door.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I thought it was.
You remember.
I know. I just,
You didn't come to many of my shows.
I went to one. I heard the
went to
tagline.
one.
I
Word
was
got
like,
out, man.
Maybe,
Word got out.
maybe not. Maybe not.
And then last but not least, if my mom died, she's still with us. If my mom died, and I go on this treasure hunt inspired by my mother, and I find this room, and inside of the room is a note from my mom. I just wish it was a little longer. Like, is that selfish? It was like 2 lines, like,
words,
"Hey,
yeah.
Atta girl, treasure what matters most, mom.
Love
And it's
you.
Like,
Not
you
even I
coulda-
love.
Yes, I'm going too fast. Just love you.
XOXO.
I just, I wish it was. I would have been like, that's it. This is it. Just a couple of lines. I don't know. I would have just if you have the paper. Use the pen.
Yeah,
like,
put a
what's-
sheet on that door, Mom.
Put a sheet
Put
on
a
that.
sheet
Put
on
a
that
sheet
door.
on that door.
That's a
Man,
good
you
one.
can't take that from me, Dano.
So at the beginning of this movie, when we see Erin Cahill with her daughter, who will one day be Lacey Chabert, the daughter's probably 6 or 7 years old, and she gifts Erin Cahill this compass. That's how the movie starts. She goes, "Mom, here's your gift," and then she says, "I got it engraved." Does she have an engraving guy? Does the 6-year-old? Does the 7-year-old girl is like, "Well,
I took it to Tommy.
let me call Tommy and get this thing engraved before I give it to my mom. I can't just give her a gift. I'm 7 for crying out loud. I got to get this thing
Every
engraved."
family needs an engraving.
gotta have
Yes,
an
you got to
engraver,
have an
yeah.
engraver
And you
guy.
need to teach your kids young.
That's right. Yes, how to call the engraver guy. It's all important. It's very important. Is all I'm saying.
All right, you need to memorize my number, and you need to
Yeah.
remember Tommy's number for all your engraving needs.
Yes, those two numbers.
Those 2 numbers are the only numbers
That's
you
right.
need to
Put
memorize.
a sheet on that door. And
You guys can't keep doing that. That's my bit.
so they find the secret treasure, the Yule lads. And if I understand this correctly, there's a generational line. There's a line of people who protect the treasure from people who would utilize it for their own personal gain. But when they find out that you're worthy, then they're cool with you going in because they know that when you see it, you'll know that it's all of the people that have found it have left something and you're supposed to leave something too. And there's really nothing to take.
Right.
Flimsy, but great. How are all the lights working down there?
Dude, that's why I went to Hallmark.
How are in the world there are candles lit everywhere?
Yeah.
Who went down and lit all the candles? Those candles can't burn forever.
Go down there, turn those on, and light those batteries. Light those candles, please.
Yeah,
We got
there
2
are-
coming in hot.
There are
We got 2 people
electrical.
coming in hot. They're worthy. I repeat, they
They're
are
worthy. We have
worthy.
2 worthy
Put a
candidates.
sheet on that door over.
There's 10 candles. There's all these lights.
Yep.
This is a secret treasure.
Yeah.
I just don't. That didn't make any sense to me. And then
false alarm. These people suck.
Yeah.
Go ahead and turn those lights off. We don't need them anymore. Blow out those candles.
put a sheet on that door.
Zach Gummit, guys, stop it.
One more. When we meet Chris Palaha, he is a guy that owns a museum but works at his parents' Christmas tree farm.
Yeah.
And he says,
Boston.
I'll go with you to Iceland if you buy all the trees on my lot. To which our soon-to-be bad guy says, do you take personal checks? I would hope not. I would hope not. Listen,
Last check's gonna
in
bounce.
this day and age, no.
You can't write a check.
Give me a card or cash.
All those fees.
Leave it on the doorstep and get the heck out of here. That guy, a personal check from that guy?
They got one of those
Who
machines.
knows?
You do the
That's
thing.
not going to clear.
It's good. It's
Get
good
out
for
of here.
it.
For
He's
that
good
much
for it,
money?
man.
You can't
How
clear that
much
much
could it
money.
have been?
No way. It's
In
thousands?
$1,000?
In Chris's defense, that guy is British.
Yeah, but he's a
got the-
bad
he's
guy.
got the
He's
funds.
good.
He never got that money. He didn't
You
get
don't
it.
think so?
No,
got
I
the
don't.
funds.
Yeah. That's not even my what the Hallmark.
It is time for it, though. It's time for what the Hallmarks were. We wonder what could have been. Maybe have some clarity. Any questions that we still have? What are we still wondering about? That's what we want to talk about right now. Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering about the electricity in the caves, but another
Big.
one I had was Chris. Like when he got that piece of paper that could only display the message by firelight, how did he know to do that? And was there something that I missed where he
They
knew
saw it was singed
it was
already.
singed, but still like risky. If that thing catches on fire and it's gone, you're
I
done.
think once you watch National Treasure a handful of times, you're now
You
an
got it.
expert on
Okay.
those
All
things.
right.
know.
Okay, so I
Aaron
haven't
can
seen it
confirm,
enough.
yes? Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so
Yeah.
that's
I'm
my
going to
fault.
steal the
then. I'm
Declaration of Independence.
not
Oh!
quite up to speed on it, and just put a sheet on
Surprise,
that door.
it's one
that's
of
all.
your Christmas gifts.
Oh, thank God. If you get it for Brand, so help me.
Well,
You
it's
give me
to
some toilet paper?
It's to replace the calendar I can't get for Dan. So
Yeah, that's right. Of
Declaration of
course.
Independence.
But the
I'm going to get like
cigars
a
are-
Christmas cardigan and Brand's getting the Declaration of Independence.
And then I'll get that for you, too. And then you just give it to
Yeah,
me. and
fair.
then-
It's a switcheroo. There you go.
Are we both stealing the Declaration of Independence?
He's going to
Dueling?
give it to
You're
me
giving
after
it to
you
me,
gift it
and
to
then
him.
I'm giving
Yeah,
it
it's
to
a double
him.
gift
Yeah, it's a double
situation.
gift.
It's like a fruit
I was
cake.
like, Brad knows there's only one.
Yeah.
Or is there?
Well, he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
You just
got some
showed-
news. Got some news.
You just showed your naivete.
You've been
Your
really going to the
nativity
naivete
scene.
well lately. Yeah,
great
like the
word.
last week and a half, you've been guns blazing with that word.
I have it right here. So
Yeah.
don't forget
Tattooed
it.
right
I got it tattooed. Naivete.
It's spelled phonetically, of course.
Oh man, yeah. So
N-E-Y-E.
I know that our guy.
That's a good tattoo.
I know that.
3 E's.
Naivete phonetically.
V-V-U-H
That works.
T-A-Y.
That's up there with regrets.
Regerts. All right, sorry. Go ahead,
I
Brand.
know that our guy
Put a
Chase.
sheet on that door.
Are you done?
I'm done.
I know that our guy Chase was a last minute addition to this event.
Yes.
The guy, you're either good for a personal check or you're not to that point.
That's
and a
right.
guy that you can trust with a personal check could also just add one more hotel room, right?
Yes.
Like it's like
Yes.
our hands are tied. Our
There's
hands
nothing.
were tied.
We're
We
booked up.
already
No room
we
at the
already
end.
did it. There's
Yeah.
no room. That guy would have been able to add. They knew what they
could
were
find
doing.
a room.
They
Yeah.
could find a room somewhere. That guy could
He
find.
can
That guy
find a
can
room.
find a room
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dano.
Mine is, I think, what we all should have been asking, which is in this town where the Yule lads are popular, every year 13 men get to dress up like these Yule lads. And they are very clear that only 13 men do it, which means
Yule lad
there is a
cosplayers.
selection process of some sort. There is an
Interesting.
agreement over who gets to or who
Which
has to.
Which one's bowl liquor? You
Yeah,
know?
somebody has to be bowl liquor, and there's only one. There's
Which
not
one's
two bowl
candlestick
liquors.
finder?
There's only one person licking in bowls.
That's right.
There's it.
It's the way the lads would have wanted it.
Is there a tryout? Is there like a whole like weeks of working to try to be a Yule lad? Does everybody not want to do it? Is it like a Hunger
The
Games
tryout
thing?
for bowl liquor's just going nuts.
on bowls. Okay, we can't do that.
That's worse than what you started with.
Yeah,
I
no
think.
kidding.
Was that yesterday?
It might have been. It's hard to
We
say.
did, everybody. Congratulations to us. Yay!
Hey.
Good news. We're back tomorrow.
Oh,
And we're back the day after that and day after that until
Till the end
Forevermore.
of time. That's right.
till we put a sheet on that door.
Nicely done.
Until then, may we the first to wish you to
Merry
Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.